Hello, viewers. Today is September 4th, 2024. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions on the US presidential elections 2024. More specifically, today I would like to discuss about the Senate races. So let's look at the current Senate situation. Democrats have got 51 seats in the Senate, and Republicans have got 49 seats in the Senate. When this election cycle started, there was a perception that Democrats are going to lose quite a number of seats in this election cycle because they are defending seats that were won by Donald Trump or other Republicans in the presidential elections for several cycles. So there were quite a few number of seats that the political pundits felt that Democrats would lose this time. So let's look at some of those seats and see exactly where we are. So let's go to Arizona first. This is where Christian Sinema, the Democrat turned independent, decided not to seek the re-election, so it became an open seat. And in this, for this open seat, we have a Democratic candidate, Mr. Gallego, Ruben Gallego, who is running against Carrie Lake, Republican. Carrie Lake is actually a strong Trump supporter, and she has been a part of the MAGA movement, and Trump supported her quite a lot during the primary process. And up until June, late June or early July, it was felt like that this state of Arizona is going to go to former President Trump, and he's going to have some kind of effect on the down ballot races. And Carrie Lake was in a winning position at that point of time. But then things got changed after Biden withdrew from the race. Kamala Harris was able to pull back some of the Democrats as well as independent-leaning Republicans towards the presidential ticket of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and that has helped Ruben Gallego. So at this point of time, it looks like Ruben Gallego might go on and win this Senate seat, and that's where it stands right now. Let's see if there are any further changes between now and in the next 2 months. From Arizona, let's go on to Maryland. This is again an open seat here in Maryland because the incumbent senator, Democratic Senator Ben Cardin, decided not to seek re-election. So now we have a fight between the Democrat Angela also Brooks versus a former popular Republican governor Larry Hogan. And again, in this particular Senate seat, people thought that Larry Hogan might be able to win this Senate seat because Joe Biden was underperforming, and they thought that this is a place where the Democrats might not be too enthusiastic to come out and vote, and there was a chance that Larry Hogan might go on and win this Senate seat as well. But right now, it looks like the Democrats have come home, and it looks like there is a lot more energy for the Democratic ticket. So I think Angela also Brooks is in a very good position to win as things stand right now. So from Maryland, let's go on to the state of Michigan. This is a state where again there is an open Senate seat because Debbie Stabenow, the incumbent Democrat, decided not to seek re-election, and that meant there is an open Senate race here. Elisa Slotkin, a congressman from a Democrat, a congresswoman, a Democrat from Michigan, is running against a former Congressman Mike Rogers. Again, this was considered to be a very close election up until June, July, when Biden was underperforming Michigan from a presidential level. That meant that Mike Rogers had a very good chance of winning the Senate seat. Now it looks like Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are doing very well in Michigan. It looks like they are ahead by 2-3 points. That has really helped Elisa Slotkin, and I think she's in a very good position to win this Senate seat for the Democrats. So from Michigan, let's go to Montana. This is by far the closest election for John Tester. He's a 3-term senator from Montana. He's running for the 4th term. He has won very close races in the past, but this is going to be very tough for him because this is a state that Donald Trump is going to carry by at least 20-25 points, and he's going against a candidate, Tim Sheehy. But for all practical purposes, this is going to be the toughest election of his lifetime. And from my perspective, this is going to be a very, very tough election for him to win. It looks as though that he is most likely going to lose the seat. It will be very close, but it looks like Republicans are favored on this Montana seat. In fact, this is one state where the switch from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris has not really helped John Tester. John Tester feels that Kamala Harris is too liberal for Montana. He might be right in some aspects of that, but still he was not too keen to even come to the convention, Democratic National Convention. So he didn't show up on the Democratic National Convention. He feels like he wants to stay away from the presidential ticket of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. And in fact, even Chuck Schumer has given him leeway to do whatever he needs to do to win that Senate seat. So it looks like it's going to be a very, very tight race there. He has won close races before, but this time it's going to be a little bit more difficult for him to win. But let's wait and watch. Then from Montana, let's go to New Mexico, where Marty Heinrich is running for his third term. He is an incumbent senator, a Democrat. He is running against Nella Dominici. And again, in this state of New Mexico, when Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket, New Mexico was kind of not looking good for the Democrats, even though they didn't have a real threat of losing it, but it was very close. It was again a close call in New Mexico when Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket. But with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as a Democratic ticket, I think this state has also come back for the Democrats at the presidential level. And obviously that has helped the down ballot race. And I think Marty Heinrich is more likely to win this Senate race. So from New Mexico, let's go to Nevada, where you have Jackie Rosen. She's running for the second term. She's an incumbent senator, a Democrat. She's running against Sam Brown. Again, the same thing here. Nevada was not looking that great for Joe Biden, but with Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, I think they're doing very well. And they brought back all the Democrats and the independents, some of the independents back to the Democratic fold. And it looks like she will be able to she'll be able to get reelected here. So Jackie Rosen is more likely to get reelected from the state of Nevada. So from the state of Nevada, let's go to Ohio. Again, this is the Senator Sherrod Brown, a Democrat incumbent who has won 3 times. He's running for the fourth. He's running for his 4th term. And Ohio is another state where Trump is going to do very well. Granted that Sherrod Brown is also popular, but still it's going to be one of those things here where this is going to be too close to call kind of a scenario. Sherrod Brown can still pull it off, but that depends on whether Kamala Harris and her team are going to put in enough resources to at least compete in Ohio, if not 100%, but at least spend some money and resources to actually compete in the big cities and in the suburbs so that it would help Sherrod Brown. He has a knack of winning close races, but this, I think, is going to be too close to call at this point of time. Let's wait and watch. From Ohio, let's go to Pennsylvania. Again, I've been telling you Pennsylvania is the mother of all battleground states in terms of the presidential election this time. So Bob Casey, the incumbent senator, again, he is a 3-term senator running for his 4th term, and he's going against David McCormick. Again, this was not looking good for him in June and early July, but right now, from a presidential level, this race is a tie from my perspective. So that has obviously helped Bob Casey. This is a state where I think even if Kamala Harris loses by a few thousand votes, Bob Casey has the potential to win the Senate seat because individually he's quite popular. His father was also a popular senator, popular politician. So I think he has a chance of winning Pennsylvania, even if Kamala Harris loses by a few thousand votes. But nevertheless, I think this is also a close race, but I think I will give the slight edge to Bob Casey here. So then let's go to the state of Wisconsin then. Wisconsin, again, here is Tammy Baldwin, an incumbent senator. She's a two-term senator running for the third term. She's going against Eric Howdy. Again, Wisconsin being a battleground state for the at the presidential level was not looking good before. Now with Kamala Harris at the top of the ticket, it's looking better. And I think she's in a much better position to win. And most likely she's going to win this Senate seat in Wisconsin. From Wisconsin, then now we go to West Virginia. This is the seat currently occupied by Joe Manchin. He's also a Democrat turned independent, and he has decided not to seek re-election. Then this is a race between Jim Justice and Mr. Elliott. And I think Jim Justice is going to win this Senate seat, a Republican. This is a seat that I think Democrats are definitely going to lose. So I talked about 10 seats now, out of which West Virginia is a seat that they're definitely going to lose. And then Montana, they're more likely to lose, but I do not know for sure because John Tester can spring a surprise here. And then Ohio is also looking tough for the Democrats. So if you really look at it, when the election cycle started, you had 51 Democrats and 49 Republicans. With the loss of West Virginia, it will become 50. So any other seat, if the Democrat lose, they will not be able to retain the Senate. So if they do not lose Montana and Ohio, it will be 50-50. And if they win the presidency, then they will be in a position to retain the Senate. But there are some Democrats who suggest that there are some seats that they can pick up. I do not believe in them, but still I would like to go over those two seats. One is the Ted Cruz from Texas is going against Colin Allred. There are some Democrats who think that Colin Allred is within 2 points of Ted Cruz. This happens in every election cycle, especially on the presidential election cycle. Democrats think that they have a shot. And then at the end of the day, after the results are announced, they will be behind by at least 5-7 points. So I think this will be the case now as well. So I'm not going to really believe that Texas, from a Senate perspective, is in play. From a presidential level, it's definitely not in play as well. So these are just some wishful thinking from some of the Democrats. Then the other seat that they really wanted to look at was the Rick Scott from Florida, and Debbie Powell is running against Rick Scott. There are some Democrats who think that that's in play as well. I do not think so because, again, Trump is going to win Florida. He's going to win by at least 5, 6, 7 points, I think, at this point of time. And definitely Rick Scott will get reelected as a senator. So in a nutshell, we are looking at a loss of 1 seat for the Democrats, definitely, and then a potential to lose 2 more additional seats, one in Montana and one in Ohio. That's how it looks like right now. But things could have been a lot worse. If Joe Biden was at the top of the ticket, Democrats would have lost Pennsylvania, would have lost Nevada, would have lost Arizona. So they would have lost 6, 7 Senate seats. So from that perspective, it was a very good decision by President Biden to withdraw. And also the Senate is looking better. This was one of the reasons why Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi went to Joe Biden and suggested that for the sake of the party and for the sake of the down ballot races, he needs to step aside. And that was a very good advice. And I still believe that they gave the right advice. And the decision by Joe Biden to withdraw was also a right decision. So, so at least they are able to give it a shot at the Senate. And I will come back to you with another program about the US Congress and how it has changed after the withdrawal of Joe Biden. So that's it for me today. I'll come back to you with another program tomorrow. Till then, take care.